This week tested everything I thought I knew about trading. I revenge traded, I increased my size, I didn't trust my edge. Almost every trade I closed out of fear and watched the market move exactly where I predicted without me in it. It's crazy how fast confidence can turn into hesitation and discipline into greed. One moment you are up a few hundred, the next you are watching your eval get blown away. So that's the truth, nobody knows. Trading is not always charts and profits, it's emotions, mistakes and lessons you never forget. So if you ever sat there staring at the screen wondering why you keep repeating the same cycle, you are not alone. I also suck at trading. Release me! I never really liked trading Mondays. My win rate on Mondays is probably like under 20%, but you can live in fear forever. Sometimes you just have to show up and trade. The key is proper risk management. That's what separates a trader from a gambler, like myself right here. So today the 15 and 5 minute charts looked bullish, but the 1 minute chart felt completely off, so I decided to mark my key levels like I usually do and waited for market open. I hoped it would just sweep the highs before dropping, but it didn't really care. It went just straight down. The first few minutes after open usually brings fake outs, so I stayed cautious. But this time price just kept falling. I waited for a clean retracement using my fib levels, but then entered a short position and got stopped out even though I followed my edge. Even though it hit my stop loss, I wasn't mad because the structure looked choppy and I decided to just close the charts and call it a day because it felt like it was gonna be a rainy day. So after a few hours I checked the 5 minute charts and it looked choppy before breaking out higher, so I made the right call and ended up my day on a single losing trade. Today's price action looked bullish, so after the market opened I waited a couple of minutes to see what I wanted to do. Buyers started stepping in, so I went long. It held for a bit but then completely rejected and stopped me out. I didn't flip short though, I still wanted a clean long setup. My entries definitely need work, man. I keep missing perfect entries by like 5 points, which matters a lot when you're using like a 10-point stop loss. Sometimes I just wait too long and end up getting the worst fill possible. On the next setup I thought about adding to my winners, but it didn't feel like a guaranteed move, so instead I took 10 points. After that big rejection hit. Good thing too, because price went wild after that. The market got super choppy and I kinda forced 2 trades trying to catch direction, but both got stopped out. At that point I was like, alright, if you don't want to go down then let's just go up. So I increased my size to 3 contracts and caught the next move higher, trailing my stop loss aggressively, because why not? It eventually got hit, but it wiped out all my previous losses. After that I caught 2 more smaller trades and ended up the day green, up around 700 bucks. Not bad for a messy Tuesday. Man, price actually sold off yesterday, so if I just held that trade I would have passed the eval, but it's fine. No point crying over it, right? Today we had FOMC coming up in about 5 hours, so I was not even sure if the market would be tradable, but after the open price shot up and held strong, so I followed the trend and went long. But of course I chickened out, closed it at break even, and right after that the next candle ripped up 25 points. Classic. Still I think it's a valid close because it was just a few points away from my take profit, and I've seen too many of those reverse and ruin my good day. Next trade wasn't any better because I closed it manually at 7 points, and of course that ended up being the start of an actual breakout. Missing 2 clean moves like that had me a bit salty, so I did the one thing I shouldn't have. I increased my size like yesterday and it was a bad idea. I almost got smacked with a huge loss, but somehow got out with 5 points profit. Then naturally price shot up again right after I closed. I tried following the move again with 1 contract but got stopped out. At that point my head was fuzzy, no real plan, just clicking buttons. So I stepped away for a bit, cleared my mind, and when I came back the market was retesting nicely. I saw a setup, sized up to 3 contracts and finally caught a good long move that left me up around 500 for the day. Honestly, this week feels like I'm trading on pure instinct. Not my cleanest trading, but I'm surviving, adapting and still ending green somehow. Before the market opened today, price kinda looked like a barcode, just bouncing off the same levels over and over, so I decided I'd take a trade once it broke higher or lower, and my bias would depend on what the open showed, or so I thought. After losing my first trade, I probably should have just stopped, but I fear the most happened later. I took a fat loss trying to catch a move with 3 contracts. After it stopped me out, price kept dumping and I just ended up following it anyways. But this time I got greedy. I knew it wanted to hit a key level below, I just couldn't pro it, so I let it run. Unfortunately, my break even got hit before it dumped even more. Before calling it a day and closing the charts, I managed to catch 10 more points, getting almost all my losses back. A few hours later though, I caught another trade and finally ended Thursday green, up $100, but I kinda forgot to record it. Today was one of those days where everything that could go wrong did actually go wrong, because my first trade I actually guessed the market direction right, but I was too early and didn't wait for confirmation, so I got stopped out. The next trade looked better, but I didn't trust it and closed early, basically just making back what I lost, but as soon as I closed it just pushed right up. So I was kinda salty a little bit. Then things went downhill fast. I don't even know if it was greed or just boredom, but I really wanted to pass my eval today because it was Friday. So I increased my contract size and it was a big mistake. Within 2 trades I hit my daily drawdown limit of $1,200 and just like that it was gone. That's the thing with trading, you can't be greedy with the markets. The moment you try to force a win, it humbles you instantly. Looking back at this week, I've been trading mostly on instinct and discipline, so honestly I kinda deserve this one. It's a reminder that I've still got a lot more work to do. This week was a roller coaster, to be honest. Some wins, some losses, a lot of lessons. I traded on instinct, got greedy, hesitated and paid the price. But to be honest, that's the price. It's not about being perfect, it's about learning and coming back sharper. If you're watching this, take it as a sign. Never revenge trade, never trade out of boredom, and just trust your edge, I guess. The market doesn't forgive you, market doesn't care about you, so just take quality trades. Peace.